Hi, this is Doug Haller with Arizona State Football All Access. You may have heard there's a big game coming up on Saturday. Arizona State goes to UCLA in a game that could decide the Pac-12 South Championship. Basically, it comes down to this. If ASU wins, they are the South Division champions. If they lose, it doesn't mean that they're out of it. They just need some help the following Saturday when they play U of A and when UCLA plays USC. But Todd Graham was asked today in his weekly news conference if he's going to kind of try to downplay this game, not to get the team too hyped up, too emotional. And basically, Todd said that's really not his style. He said they've been talking about it all year, so if he tried to downplay it, the team wouldn't believe it. He feels like the team's mature enough to handle a game like this, the build up to a game like this. He feels like they've handled success well. And really, that's something that we've kind of seen throughout this 5-game winning streak. They've done things that we haven't seen as far as burying a weaker opponent on the road at Washington State, winning a game in the final minutes at Utah. And, they've done everything that they've been expected to get on the stage. The next step is actually to take care of the 2-time defending South champions, UCLA. I asked Todd, he's always said over and over again that they're trying to do in 5 years, or trying to do in 2 years what should take 5. So I asked him, what's accelerated the plan? I mean, yes, they've had buy-in. Yes, they've had a great off-season conditioning program. But what's kind of accelerated the process to get ASU to this point? And he gave a really long answer, but it comes down to this. They've adjusted their scheme, their personnel to their scheme. He said when they came in here, when they got the job 2 years ago, this wasn't the defense that Todd has played in previous stops at Tulsa, at Pitt, at Rice. Yeah, there are some similarities, but what he did, he looked at the personnel he had and he adjusted. But he didn't stop adjusting. He said that they've continued to adjust. He gave an example about Gannon Conway and putting him in a position to succeed just as recently as the Washington game. They've made some adjustments with that back end secondary, and we've seen some great results with that group. I mean, they're among the leaders in interceptions right now. They're playing at a really high level. But that was what he said. He said that he got a good hand when he came here. Dennis Erickson left him some athletes. I mean, obviously Will Sutton, Taylor Kelly, these are guys, Evan Finkenberg on the offensive line, Carl Bradford, these are guys that, were here when Todd got here. And then they went out and they brought in Marion Grice, Jalen Strong, Chris Young. These are guys that just kind of complemented what was already in place. He said they have some ways to go in the kicking game, but for the most part, the defense and the offense is playing at a high level. So we'll see. I mean, there's going to be a lot of build-up going into this week. People are already talking about it on TV, on the networks. It should be a close game. I think ASU has kind of proven that it can play on the road, but obviously the level of the competition goes up this week. We'll have more for you as the week unfolds.